asked him the other day about players getting used to it, and he said it can take sometimes until like November-ish for the guys to be out there in game action, like not thinking but just reacting. Do you feel like that could be the case where you might have to be a little patient through the first month of the season?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a new system. Obviously, it's a new coach, 3 new coaches, a lot of new players. But I think our team and our organization knows where we stand as a team, and the way we're going to win games this year is being the better structural team. We got good players on our team. Don't get me wrong, but we don't really have that flash or that like a lot of other teams around the league. And in order for us to be successful, it's going to have to be details. Honestly, we're not taking away any offense from anyone, but we're going to win games by playing good D and being the better detailed team. And yeah, I mean, it can take to November, I guess, but if we want to win games early, I think everyone needs to focus up and realize that in order for our team to be successful, we got to be the better team, detailed and detail oriented, and the less mistakes we give up, the better off we'll be.
I think John has said the neutral zone is so important to him. What are some of the intricacies of his system and what's important about it?
Yeah, I mean it's hard work. That's what he preaches, and I'm someone who believes that every time someone plays in the NHL, they do give it their best. Sometimes it's not enough, but the way that Torts wants us playing is the way we track is going to be so annoying to play against. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's ifs, ands, buts about it. If you're not tracking, you're not playing. And he's preached that since day one. He showed examples of people doing it the correct way and people doing it the wrong way. And if you're tracking all night, even though you're not the most skilled team, you're going to be annoying to play against. I've played against teams like that, and it's no fun when you have absolutely no time to make plays and you get guys coming down your throat all day. And I think that's what's important here is he has a little quadrant, he likes to call it, in the neutral zone, and you have to track back until that quadrant, and if you're not doing it, you're not going to play. So, yeah, I mean, I think you guys are going to see just a hard-working team that is very well structured.
Can you think of a team that was really good at it that you played against before? I'm sure probably some of his teams.
Yeah, some of his teams, but I mean, you go back to like when I first entered the league. When I say like Pittsburgh, they have unbelievable structure. They have guys in and out of their lineup every year, and they're still there at the end of every season. Last year, Colorado, they had a lot of speed, but they play the right way. It's usually the teams that are at the top of the league. Teams have been successful for so long. The Bruins, they all buy in. They got unbelievable skilled players, but they bought into the same system. So it's yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting for sure. It's a whole new structure. It's a whole new concept to our team, but if everyone's bought in, it could be fun.
Does the fact that John is such an accomplished coach, he's one that make it a little easier for the buy-in process here, that people respect?
Yeah, I mean, that helps, but if you don't buy in, you're not going to play, and that's been preached since day one. So he is a great coach. He has a lot of accolades in this league, a lot of wins, but the reason why his teams are successful is because if you don't buy into his system, you're not going to play. So.
Kevin, I think you've had you're going to have 8 or 9 days between preseason game and the regular season. Have you ever had that long of a break? And is that a good thing or a bad thing, or how can you take advantage of that?
Honestly, I feel like with the Flyers, it's been like that since I've been here. I feel like maybe like 6 days, but yeah, it is weird. A lot of teams still have like 2 or 3 games and we don't. But again, we didn't do systems in preseason. Preseason was, I want to see how hard you work. I want to see a team come together, and I want to see teamwork and guys playing for each other. He didn't really harp on systems. There was times where we came back to the bench and we couldn't get frustrated because we didn't know the system that we were playing. We were just playing hard, and that's what they were looking for. That's what they wanted. And so at that point, it's not frustrated. It's the wrong word because that seems like you're upset. But at that point, you're a little rattled because you're not winning games, but you're like, what the hell's going on? But we don't know the structure yet, and now we have 8 days to kind of hone it in, and I think that was his game plan from the start. It's effort first, I think structure after. So
the grind here is the mental aspect, especially last year. I know was mentally tough for like everybody. How do you protect in this room against same stuff, different year mentality?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, but new team, new year, new coach, new staff, clean slate. But yeah, I mean, you got to have the right leaders in the room. You got to have guys that have tough skin. I mean, like, we had a meeting today, and some of it was good, and some of it was bad, and yeah, I mean, I got called out, and if you're gonna be a baby about it, it's probably not the spot for you, and it could be a long year if you're not going to take criticism well. But I mean, everyone in life gets criticized for what they do, and it's supposed to help you. So I think the sooner everyone buys into that, it'll be better for our organization. But yeah, I mean, it's a new team, so I guess you should have a new mentality. But again, like we have a lot of people that think that we're not going to be any good, but we can use it as motivation. And again, I've seen teams in this league that everyone counted them out, and all of a sudden they're winning games and making the playoffs.
Can we do the flip side? What are some of the things right off the bat that you really like about this team and this year, and what you guys can do?
Yeah, I mean, the whole team was here a month early. That doesn't happen in the NHL, and I think a lot of guys are pretty embarrassed what's happened the last 2 years here. And I know it's easy to say injuries and stuff, but it's still in the NHL. You have an NHL team, you shouldn't be getting embarrassed night in and night out, and that was the case last year. And yeah, I mean, it's a tight group. We shortened it yesterday, and I'm sure it'll get shortened again soon. But yeah, I mean, I've never been on a team with the whole entire over 60 guys here a month early, and just shows that everyone's kind of frustrated with what's been going on, and they're all in on kind of changing it.
And there was also the thought process that joining against a common enemy, like towards kind of kicking the crap out of you guys. Did that actually happen? Do you feel like this is a closer team because of that experience?
Definitely. It's when you work hard, you kind of look for easy ways out. That's just a human aspect, I think. You try to just find anything you can do to get out of it. But when you look around and you see everyone else working hard as well, it's kind of time to be a man and work even harder, I guess. But there's no easy way out here. If you're taking the easy way out, you're going to get called out. You're going to get put up in film, and it's not going to be pretty. But and I'm sure it's going to happen. It's a tough league. You're going to get exposed at some point. Every player in this room will. But it's how you handle it, and I don't think anyone's going to get mad at any players for getting exposed. I mean, I always say this. I'm a true believer that every person on my team works as hard as they can, and I stick by that. And some nights, some guys are going better than others, but that's just the way it is. You got to handle it. I'm sure you guys as reporters have written bad stories, and you just try to write a better one the next time. And it's a pretty common theme in here.
I don't know about these guys. I write for.
Yeah.
Kev, can we ask how John called you out today? Like, was it something specific, and how did you?
It's something just around the rink here. It's nothing major at all. It's just a small detail he wanted to not happen, and it's literally there's nothing major at all.
But that's a good thing, though, right? Because you're a leader, you're one of the faces of the team, and he's able to challenge you in front of the players.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very small detail, but he wanted it to be fixed, and it's fixed.
Yep.
It's more like open communication.